Welcome back to Cozy English Podcast. I'm Melody.
And I'm Avery. We're so happy you could join us today for another relaxing and fun English lesson.
Definitely. So, Avery, I have a question for you. Do you like thinking about the future?
That's a great question. I do. Sometimes it can feel a little scary, but mostly I find it exciting. It's like a blank page, full of possibilities. What about you?
I agree. It's exciting. I love making plans. Every December, I sit down with a nice cup of tea and a notebook, and I write down my goals for the next year. Do you usually make plans like that?
I try to. I'm not as organized as you are with a notebook and tea, but I do think about what I want to achieve. I think it's important to have some direction.
Exactly, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Today, we're talking all about future plans and dreams.
That's a perfect topic for our listeners. So for everyone listening right now, here's a question for you. Can you talk about your future in English? If the answer is not really or I'm not sure, don't worry. After this episode, you will be able to.
Let's get started. We're going to begin with a simple vocabulary warm-up. We'll share some very common and useful phrases for talking about the future. Avery, do you want to start with the first one?
I'd love to. The first and most important phrase is I'm going to. We use going to when we have a plan. It's something we have already decided to do. For example, I'm going to cook dinner tonight. I've already decided this.
Right, it's a firm plan. Another example could be, I'm going to call my friend this weekend. I have the intention and I've made the plan in my mind. So that's I'm going to.
Perfect. Okay, the next phrase is I want to. This expresses a desire or a wish. It's something you would like to do, but it might not be a fixed plan yet. For example, I want to visit Japan someday.
Oh, me too. That's a great example. It shows your desire. Another one is, I want to learn how to play the guitar. It's a goal, a wish. It feels a little softer than I'm going to.
Exactly. The next phrase is similar. I hope to. This one expresses a wish about the future, and it often implies that there might be challenges. For instance, I hope to get a promotion at work this year.
It shows you're optimistic. You're looking forward with hope. You could also say, I hope to travel more next year. You don't know for sure if it will happen, but you really wish it will.
Right. And what about I plan to? How is that different?
Good question. I plan to is very similar to I'm going to. It emphasizes that you have thought about the steps. It's about the process. For example, I plan to start saving money for a new car. This means I have a strategy in mind.
That makes sense. It's more about the intention and the strategy behind the plan. I plan to exercise 3 times a week. I've thought about it, and that's my goal.
Perfect. And for our last phrase, let's talk about something big. My dream is to. This is for our biggest, most important goals in life. It's for something you feel passionate about. For me, my dream is to write a book.
That's a wonderful dream, Melody. For me, maybe my dream is to live by the ocean. It's a big life goal that shapes other smaller plans.
Okay, great. So to review for everyone listening, we have I'm going to, I want to, I hope to, I plan to, and my dream is to. Now, let's use them in a real conversation.
Let's do it. This is our conversation part 1, where we talk about personal plans. Melody, I'll ask you first. What are you going to do this year?
Well, first, I'm going to improve my Spanish. I studied it in school, but I've forgotten a lot. So I'm going to use a language app every day for at least 15 minutes.
That's a fantastic goal. 15 minutes a day is very achievable. Why is improving your Spanish your goal?
Well, I plan to travel to Spain next summer. I want to be able to have simple conversations with people there, like ordering food and asking for directions. I think it makes traveling so much more enjoyable.
It absolutely does. People really appreciate when you try to speak their language. Where in Spain do you want to go?
I hope to visit Barcelona and Madrid. I've never been, and I've heard they are beautiful cities with amazing art and food.
They are. You will have an amazing time. Okay, what about you? What are your plans for this year?
What about me?
Yes, your turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to focus on my health. I plan to join a gym and go 3 times a week. I sit at a desk a lot for work, so I want to be more active.
That's a really important goal. Being active is so good for both your body and mind.
Exactly. And another thing I want to do is read more books. I used to read all the time, but life gets busy. So I'm going to read one book every month.
12 books in a year. That's impressive. Do you know what book you're going to start with?
I think I will start with a classic novel I've always wanted to read. I'm not sure which one yet. Maybe you can give me a recommendation later.
Of course. So you'll see here I just used will. I said maybe I will start with a classic. We often use will for a decision we make in the moment of speaking. It's not a pre-made plan like going to. It's more spontaneous.
That's a great point, Avery. I'm hungry. I think I will eat an apple. It's a decision made right now. Thank you for that little grammar lesson.
Anytime. Okay, so we've talked about our plans for this year. Now let's move into our second conversation and talk about bigger dreams and goals. These are the long-term things.
I love this topic. It makes me feel so hopeful and motivated. Avery, let me ask you first this time. What is one big dream you have for your life?
Wow, a big question. Okay, my dream is to start my own company. I don't know what kind of company yet, but I love the idea of building something from nothing and creating jobs for people.
That's an amazing dream. It sounds like a lot of work, but also very rewarding. What about that idea makes you feel excited?
I think it's the creativity, the freedom to have an idea and make it real. That really motivates me. It's a big, scary dream, but I hope to make it a reality someday.
I believe you will. That's fantastic. Okay, your turn to ask me.
All right, Melody, what is one dream you have?
My dream is to live in another country for at least a year. I love traveling, but I want to experience daily life somewhere else. I want to go to the grocery store, join a local library, and really understand a different culture.
That sounds incredible. Do you have a country in mind?
I've always thought about Italy. The language is beautiful, the history is amazing, and of course, the food is the best in the world. I feel so excited just thinking about it.
I can see why. It's important to have those big dreams. They give us something to work towards and keep us motivated even when life is difficult.
I completely agree, and it's fun to talk about them. Now, we want to give our listeners a chance to practice. This is our practice section. We are going to ask you some questions. We want you to say your answer out loud. Don't be shy, just speak. We will leave a pause for you to answer.
Ready? Okay. Question 1. What are you going to do next year? Think of one thing. It can be big or small. Go ahead. Say it now.
Great job. Maybe you said, I'm going to learn a new skill, or I'm going to visit my family more often. Whatever it is, it's a wonderful goal.
Excellent. Okay, question 2. Where do you want to travel? Think of one place in the world. Say it out loud.
Did you say it? Maybe you said, I want to travel to Egypt, or I want to travel to Brazil. It's fun to dream about travel.
Okay, last question. This is the big one. What is one dream you have? Take a moment and share your dream out loud.
Wonderful. It feels good to say our dreams out loud, doesn't it? It makes them feel more real. Thank you for practicing with us. You did an amazing job.
You really did. And that brings us to the end of our episode. Time flies when you're having fun and learning English.
It really does. Let's do a quick recap of the most important phrases from today. Remember, to talk about a plan you have, you can say, I'm going to.
To talk about something you wish for, you can say, I hope to. For example, I hope to see you in our next episode.
And for your biggest goals, you can share them by saying, my dream is to...
We would love to hear about your future plans. Find this episode on YouTube or Spotify and write one future plan in the comments. You can start your sentence with, I'm going to.
Yes, please do. We love reading your comments. And if you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with a friend who is also learning English.
It helps our podcast grow and helps more people get cozy with English. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time,
keep dreaming, and keep practicing.
Bye, everyone.